A register in the human voice is a particular series of tones that possess the same quality and that are produced in the same vibratory pattern of the vocal folds within a certain range or series of pitches. This is your 30-day podcast marathon Everything Vocal Registers, our Making Musical Quantum Leaps mini-series where we'll delve deep into the fascinating world of your instrument. I'm your host, Worship, and joining me on this exciting journey are the dynamic duo of vocal expertise, Ernest and Jamio.
Hey everyone, get ready to unlock the secrets of chest, head, mixed, and everything in between.
Absolutely. Buckle up, listeners, because these next 30 days are going to be jam-packed with vocal knowledge, practical tips, and maybe even a few fun challenges.
We'll be exploring different registers, their unique sounds, and how to navigate them seamlessly. We'll have expert interviews, listener Q&A sessions, and even some musical demonstration to keep things engaging.
Whether you're a seasoned singer or just starting out, there's something for everyone in this series.
So, are you ready to make some musical quantum leaps with your voice?
We're trying to define vocal registers with more intention. So, these particular tones, they possess the same quality. When you listen to them, they sound almost the same way. They are produced, and the reason why they sound that way is because they are produced by the same vibratory pattern, because your vocal cords, they do not vibrate the same way for all pitches or for all, no, the way they vibrate for all patterns are different. Okay, you get to understand this if you're able to watch your vocal folds in action, and I would really love for you to go and do that research yourself, because I cannot obviously show you that now because this is an audio podcast. It's audio, so you can go up on YouTube to see what happens at the vocal fold level when we are switching or when we are transitioning into other registers. And mind you, the goal of this podcast is not just to feed you everything point blank, but it's also to build in you the spirit of research, because one thing about vocal training is you will only grow if you finally learn to research yourself and find out things yourself. Your vocal coaches are there to guide you and there to tell you, no, that is wrong. No, this is actually correct. But you're supposed to engage in research yourself. Moving on, what I'm just simply trying to say is, as you ascend in your range, as you go up the scale or descend down the scale or down your range, your voice undergoes different shifts in, like people would say, gears. Okay, so like gear 1, gear 2, exactly. So your voice undergoes certain shifts at certain points that we usually call vocal breaks, or like the Italian term will call it passaggio. All right. So at certain points, your vocal quality, the vibratory pattern of the vocal folds begin to change at certain pitches, just so to accommodate those pitches. This should happen naturally. It should happen naturally. But of course, you need a vocal coach. Some people just woke up one morning and just found out that they are going smoothly up their range and down their range without any breaks. Those breaks are not there, good, but that change in quality is definitely there. But there are some of us that did not wake up one morning and found out how to just do that. Okay, you would need to be trained. You would need to undergo a certain training to be able to move up and down your range without breaks. Most vocal teachers around the world today have divided the human voice into three main registers. It does not mean that's all there is. Okay, three main registers. The chest, also referred to as the natural or modal voice. The middle and head, which includes falsetto. Although many do not acknowledge the vocal fry register in their lower voice male students, and the flageolet or whistle register in the higher voice females as well, because it is assumed that the vocal fry is just an extension of the chest, while the flageolet or whistle is just an extension of the head voice. So many vocal coaches do not really acknowledge that as registers. However, they are registers, but they are not main registers because we do not always sing there. The main registers which are mostly used are the chest, the middle or mixed as people would call it, and the head voice. So quickly, let's begin to define some of the registers we have. So today I'm going to centralize on the chest, and tomorrow we are going to have frequently asked questions about the chest voice or the chest register by Coach Joel Okwegwale, and it's going to be an amazing one. But for today, let me give an introduction to the chest voice or the chest register. The chest voice, modal, normal, or natural voice, like people do call it, but I try as much as possible not to say something like normal or natural voice, because if you say normal, you're trying to say other registers are not normal. You're trying to say other registers are not natural. You're trying to say some other voices are not no. So I try to deter from using that word normal or natural. I just prefer to use modal voice. Okay, so modal or chest voice. Let's just stick with that, not natural or normal voice. All right, modal register refers to the natural disposition or manner of action of the vocal fold. The vast majority of speaking is done in this register. Men entirely speak in their chest register. So most male, they most sing in their chest register. But females, they sing with a combination. They speak, not just sing, they speak with a combination of both their chest and their middle voice or middle register. Those of you that want to know your voice type, the placement of the chest register within the individual human voice is one of the key determining factors in identifying voice type. Your speaking voice, how does it sound, is one key factor in identifying voice type, because you speak from where you're comfortable. Most times you speak from where you're comfortable, and if it is seated high or seated in a particular range, it goes a long way to tell us what kind of voice type you have. So if you're someone that talks like this every time, we know you're probably a soprano or a mezzo soprano. But if you're somebody that talks like this every time, we know you're probably a baritone or a bass. And if you're somebody that talks like this most times or something like that, we know probably you're a tenor or something. It works that way. Where your chest voice is seated goes a long way to tell us what voice type you are. What voice type you are. The timbre simply means the texture of the chest voice is warmer, is darker, using the Spanish term oscuro, is darker than that of the middle and head voice, and it is characterized by dark vowel qualities and mellowness. The chest voice is often referred to as the heavy mechanism. What happens is, you know how the guitar is. You know how the guitar strings are. The thicker the string, what happens to the sound? The thicker the sound. The thinner the string, what happens to the sound? The thinner or brighter the sound. Is the same thing with your vocal fold. It's the same thing with your vocal fold. Your vocal folds, when they are thick, it produces the thick. The vibrations there come with the thick sound. But when they are thinner, when they are stretched thinner, your sound is also proportional to your sound. There's something called the break. It's mostly males that experience this. So some females do. I'm not saying females do not, but it's common among growing males, people that are just approaching their teenage years and growing into men. They develop this break in their voices. Now, your chest voice just has it's more like a limit to how far your chest voice can go. Now, the mistake most of us or most people do is they try to push their chest voice above that range. They try to push their chest voice beyond there. And the reason why your voice breaks is it wants to do something naturally. It wants to move to the next register naturally. It just wants to transition. But because it's not developed, there's this abrupt shift in quality. There's this abrupt shift in texture, and it really sounds bad. Imagine you're going something. And you begin to sound that way. So most times it's men who experience this Most times females don't. Some females do, but most times they do not, because that other part of your voice is developed. But for some guys, they undergo this. Now, what you want to do in this time is to begin to work on your other register, your higher register, your head voice. And when you're done with that, you begin to work on your mix. Your mix is going to help you transition smoothly from your chest all the way up to your head. Some of you, the problem you have is every time we ask you to sing, you want to put on one kind of voice, a singing voice. Yeah, you want to put on a singing voice, and that's a big problem. You just want to affect, there's something we call vocal affectation. You just want to affect the sound. They say sing, you will just, even your face, the countenance, the way your face is will change, the way you look will change. Come on. Just sing from where, start from your chest voice, start from your modal voice, sing from where you speak. So they say, okay, Sister Philomena sounds like this when she talks. Hello, my name is Philomena. I'm looking for Brother John. I heard he stays here. Then you ask Philomena to sing, and she's like, hallowed be your name. You are trying too hard, okay? You're trying too hard. That's a problem. Just start from where you talk. So if you talk like me here, you probably want to sound like this when you sing, hallowed be your name. Hallowed, hello, my name is Worship. Hallowed be your name. Close to where you speak. Okay? Close to where you speak. Stop trying too hard. I'm afraid I'm going to have to stop here today. Our time is fast spent. Coach Joel is going to be coming up tomorrow, and it's going to be hot. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be informative. And trust me, you do not... I don't know why some of you are still missing up. Some of you are not listening yet. Some of you are not following. Come on. Take this seriously. All right. I love you so much, guys. Till tomorrow. Signing out.
And that brings us to the end of today's episode. Today's quote is, life is a song, love is the music, and the song for the day is Another One by Elevation Worship featuring Chris Brown. Today's the first day of our pod marathon. If you've not listened to day 1 to day 3, you're not doing yourself a favor. Also, do not forget to subscribe to us on Spotify, not Jamaica, at the Making Music School Quantum Leaps, and on YouTube at Eden School of Sounds. That'll be all for now. Bye!